Hello and welcome to the Weekend Investing Daily Byte for the last time in 2024. And an interesting day, uh, first half of the day, rather the first hour of the day, the market dived down, Nifty down by more than 100 points. And it seemed like the Nifty may break down from the range that we've been talking about, but it was more of the filling, and the markets came back up strongly in second half. Nifty almost closing flat, but small caps doing quite well. So overall, I would think a good end to the calendar year. Uh, we'll talk about what the market has done in 2024 today, what clicked, what flopped in the markets this year, and we'll do a sort of a year roundabout uh, uh, roundup of what has happened this year. A lot of people think that markets have come down a lot. Some other pockets of narration is that the larger part of the market has run up a lot. And when you will see the granular data inside, sector-wise as well as on index-wise, you will find that some of these narratives may be misplaced. Please do first read the disclaimers fully and do let us know if you have not subscribed to the channel. We would like to know where we can improve to make you subscribe to our channel. If you have subscribed already, thank you very much for your confidence and do share these videos with your friends and family. So Nifty exactly zero. I mean, this doesn't happen very often that markets open down, they go down, gap down, and then they come back up and they close exactly where they close to the T. So exact doji, from a point of view of closing, it has scared the bulls a bit in the sense that Nifty broke down from this long range that we've been talking about last five sessions, did close back in the range. So one would imagine that we are still not yet, the baby has not been thrown out of the bottle. So this fall that we had in September and to November mid, this had a bounce, and now the fall seems to be not at the same intensity. So the intensity of the fall has reduced, maybe because FIs are on holiday, that we will come to know next week. But if this pattern that we are hopping around here continues for maybe a month or so, I think that will be a very good base for Nifty to sort of launch itself again once the time is right. We will, of course, have a lot of disruptions in January. The biggest ones, of course, being the uh, Trump coming to the White House, and there will be a lot of utterances about what is going to change, how they will change it. Whether that will happen or not is something that we will find much later. But because of the utterances and the tweets and whatever is the narrative that will go around, there will be some volatility in the market, not just in India, but of course globally as well. And then, of course, we are lined up for our budget in exactly 1 month's time. There is a lot of chatter about uh, relaxation in income tax slabs for consumption to sort of take place. Uh, that we'll come to know about it only on 1st of February. But I think in the last many years, so much chatter about income slabs getting rationalized, giving more in the hands of middle class has not happened. So to give benefit of the doubt, I think there may be some pleasant surprise. I'm at least trying to remain optimistic about that. A lot of folks have given up on this government and finance minister, and there have been some hopeless decisions. But I think one must keep the hope. Nifty next 50, again, similar sort of move from Nifty and Nifty Junior, almost closing where we were yesterday, minus 0.11%. It has now closed this gap. Of course, this downturn is not showing any strength at all. The bounce and the fall have sort of nullified each other, and we are again at the cusp of 67 odd thousand, whether we will go up from here or not. Mid caps are the ones which are giving a good fight. Sixth session in a row where this 40 DMA has been challenged and has recovered back. So this definitely a big move is coming. And it so far does not seem a down move. When you have six sessions within a narrow range, um, it's not long before a big move will come. There is a gap here. It may come and fill this, or it may just start upwards. The average has started to move up, if you notice. So all looks in favor of mid caps, but 0.15% is neither here nor there. Small cap, very better. Again, you can see that they are having this average for the last five sessions, 0.65% gain for the day, despite having gone to the lows, taken support there, and coming back. So small caps also looking relatively strong versus others. There is, of course, a lot of folks saying that today was NAV supporting day. So I generally don't believe in all these theses that end of quarter, end of year is NAV support day because somebody is selling also, right? I mean, there are always two sides of the story. So the institutions who are selling are not NAV supportive, or I don't know what that logic would lead to, but. Uh, there is also, of course, uh, some allocation that comes through at the beginning of every new year, whether it is FII allocation, whether people like to start a new calendar year or a new note. So for that reason, yes, there may be some optimism in the last day or two that things will turn around for the good. Bank Nifty absolutely flat again, similar sort of move minus 0.18%. Uh, Nothing really to talk about there. Momentum trends flattish slightly towards the bullish side, 310 to 188 on the top 500 stocks. Heat map also mixed. Energy stocks took a ride today. ONGC 3%, Coal India 1.65%. So after a while, you're seeing these stocks go up. Now the ride today 2.43%, and you also had Kotak Bank do 2.6%. State Bank 0.8%, uh, and NTPC, ITC, Tata Motors, and several others also gained. TCS, Infosys, ICICI Bank were the biggest losers of Nifty. In the Nifty Next 50 space, you had Bajaj Holding, which had gone up like 11% recently, give up some of the gains at minus 6%. Adani stocks that were running yesterday gave up the gains. Capital goods stocks have started pulling back up. So Siemens, ABB looking good today. BHEL, Hindustan Aeronautics also doing well. IRCTC doing well. PFC and REC also gaining ground. IRFC, Bajaj Holding, Adani Green were the top losers within the Nifty Next 50 space. Within the sectors, public sector enterprise stocks leading the rally along with energy stock. They have been the most hit in the last 3 odd months. So 15% and 20% hit on these sectors. So some relief there at the end of the calendar year. IT stocks losing the most, 1.4%. But you can see that over the last 3 months, IT remains the only sort of green sector for the 3 months ending December 2024. For the last 12 months, or you can say the calendar year, 39% on pharma and real estate at 34%, the two leaders by far versus all other sectors. Private banks have not been able to be in the green this calendar year. That is quite surprising, along with FMCG also slightly in the red. So complete flat behavior from these two segments of the market. Central public sector enterprises gaining 1.5%. So some gains in NLC, NBCC, BEL, ONGC, Oil India, Coal India, NHPC. Maybe this rally has started towards the budget because a lot of them would run up in expectations of some divestment maybe in the budget. Oil prices have also gone up. That may also be a reason for these, or just the fact that several of these stocks have given up significant amount of gain from the top, and they have reached at the point where no seller is interested anymore. Stock decline is on Avanti Feeds. The stock was up 13.7%. So despite the sluggish market, there are stocks that are doing well, and one should look out for such stocks which are bucking the trend and going high. Avanti Feeds has been doing well in the past, but for the last many years, it has been in a stagnation. And now, of course, we are kind of looking at it is forming a huge kind of a flaggish base above which it can really go exponential. So let's now then do some statistics. We'll do a data back quick run through what has been in the market, what has flopped in 2024. So Nifty from 1st January 2024 has clocked 8.6%, uh, a year which, looked very promising, but somehow has ended in a whimper. So 8.6% is certainly not what people were expecting at the start of 2024. But uh, the fact is that there will be some years of tempered performance, some years of even negative performance, and some years of lumpy good performance, and that will all make up into the 12-13% long-term CAGR of Nifty. S&P 500 in dollar terms, of course, is up 24%. So focus if diversification focus, if there was there on the US stocks, you would have made a lot more money this year, plus 24%. So just relying on Indian stocks itself probably is not such a good idea. There's some diversification to US stocks helps. Gold up 30% in 2024. So I've been crying horse about allocation to gold since 2016. Some folks have really gone ahead and allocated some capital, and congratulations to all of them for having clocked 30% this year on their gold holdings. Gold is a very good year, very good hedge against Indian equity. In all years where Indian equity will not do well, you'll find gold is doing well, and hence your overall portfolio continues to chug along. Let's look at some of the indices in 2024. So if I were to just sort this, so the highest returns were clocked in Nifty Midcap Liquid 15 Index, Nifty Alpha Index, both nearly 32%. Nifty Next 50 has done very well at 26.8. So this point I want to make here is that although Nifty clocked only about 8 odd percent. But Nifty Next 50, which is also made up of large cap names, has done 26.8%. So just going with Nifty ETFs or Nifty index products uh, may not be such a you know smart thing to do. You need to diversify across different products as well as different subsegments of the market. Small caps 250 index has done 25.3%. Nifty 500, Momentum 50 has done 24.9%. Then you have Nifty Mid and Small Cap 400, Momentum, Quality 100 Index. So I don't know. There's so many indices now which have mixed a lot of these factors, 24.4%, but the result is sort of similar to what you would have got from a plain vanilla mid small cap 400 at 23.8. Nifty Mid Cap is at 23%. You have, let's say, Nifty 100 equal weight is also at 16%. Still, I'm talking about if you were to be only in large caps and let's say equal weight, you would have still got 16%. Nifty 500 is 14.7%. Nifty 200 is 13.3. Nifty 50, of course, is 8.6. And you have Nifty top 10 equal weight, even losing further ground at 6%. So this is where we are in terms of the indices as of end of December 2024. Now, in terms of sectors, you find that the capital market sector has done really well at 70.9%. So this includes all the brokerages, especially led by BSE Limited, which has been a top performer in many of the portfolios. Defense has done very well this year, 54.4%. Pharma, as I was mentioning recently, pharma and real estate have been the other leaders. Tourism at 30.4, and then of course you have public sector enterprise stocks, autos, IT, and so on and so forth. Others have been muted, so infrastructure, PSU banks, oil and gas, metals have not really outperformed as such, and you have media, of course, smashed down. FMCG and private banks have also not done well. Energy sector also much, and along with commodities and overall banks have not done so well. So this is sort of the distribution, and you can see that an active strategy that would have stayed with the leaders would have stayed with, a lot of pharma towards the end of the year, capital markets, defense, real estate, and so on and so forth. Now let's get into what stocks have really done really well this year, or have sort of hit the bottom. So out of Nifty 50 stocks, you have Trent, which did very well, 132%. Mahindra, Bharat Electronics, Bharti Airtel, Sun Pharma, Shriram Finance, Bajaj Auto, Tech Mahindra, BPCL, Power Grid, all have done 20% to 132%. And for those strategies where we are focused on Nifty 50, you would have found a lot of these names in the momentum strategies. On the other hand, IndusInd Bank minus 40, Asian Bank, Asian Paints minus 33%, Nestle minus 21%, Tata Consumers, Adani, Titan, HUL, Britannia, Kotak, Tata Motors all smashed down. You would not have found any of these names in any of the momentum strategy. This is the beauty of momentum as we speak. Nifty Next 50, again, the same story. You would have seen very familiar names here: Zomato, Vedanta, Info Edge, Siemens, Divisor, JSW Energy, Interglobe, Bajaj Holding, Bosch, and IRFC. 48 to 122% returns. And on the flip side, you have Adani stocks, three of them: IRCTC, DMart, LTI, Mindtree, Dabur, Shree Cements, Godrej Consumer, and Chola Investment Finance. Chola Investment Finance was doing very well till some 2 or 3 quarters in the year, and then it collapsed. But Adani Green, Adani Gas, Adani Transmission, IRCTC, DMart, they would not be there in most of the portfolios. Nifty Next 50 had that concentration. Now we come to mid caps. You see Oracle, Dixon, ABB Power, Policy Bazaar, BSE, RVN, and Cochin Shipyard. These were some of the biggest winners in the mid cap space as well as in many of the portfolios. Kalyan Jewels, all doing uh, triple-digit gains in 2024, and you have losers like Vodafone, Bandhan, Telu, Poonawalla, which did very well in 2023, Wipro, Virgin, Dalmia, Tech, and Tata Elxsi. Tata Elxsi also did very well in the past few years, but not this year. So staying with the winners versus staying with the losers, you are seeing what impact is happening on the portfolios. It's not to say that these companies are not good, but for this year, they were not the performers, and one could have avoided these companies for this year at least. Within the small cap 250 space, GET&D 285%, KFintech 216%, Motilal Oswal nearly 200%, Anantaraj gains, Godfrey Phillips, Amber, Aegis Logistics, Netweb, Kirloskar Brothers. Those who are with these small cap strategies would be very familiar with these names. All of these stocks you would find them there. And in small cap 250, the bottom stocks would be Z, RBL, Regular Access, Onasa, Ujjivan, Ekuta, Stanla. Tanla was doing very well till 2 years back. Rajesh Exports, Orient, Refractories, Aarti Industries. Aarti Industries were also doing very well. So this effective charm of, once the stock loses the trend, to get out of it and to get into stocks that are winning is the key mantra for the markets. Nifty has clocked its ninth consecutive positive year, so there's nothing wrong in having a slower year. At least it was still in the green. This really does not mean that, if we have 9 positive years and hence the 10th year has to be a disaster or anything like that. We may have another consecutive year in 2025. That is possible. And then, maybe another 1 year of a great performance. You never know. So this all depends upon fund flows. Foreigners have sold quite a bit this year. Maybe next year is not going to be the same. Maybe there's going to be a huge global focus back towards emerging markets. Maybe Donald Trump will make strategies in such a way that liquidity gushes out from emerging markets. Everything is up in the air. We really don't know. But for India, despite the current challenges of domestic growth not being in the pink of its health, foreigners selling so hard for the entire year, 1.2 lakh crores or something like that. I think one would not have guessed that we would pass this year with a green color. And I think that is the beauty of the current Indian long-term story, that there is belief and there is faith that the markets will continue to do well. What was your learning from the markets in 2024? What has been your fantastic picks? Do share on the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Do like and share these videos with your friends and family. I hope that you have already subscribed to the channel. Thanks. Bye.